poetry for me. Been an awful good girl.
No idea what that is just there. How are we? Did you get a beverage? Is everything all right? Is there anything we can do for you? More room? Doesn't work that way. Can't happen. Sorry about the heat, but I'm sure it'll come as no surprise when I tell you there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do about it. Don't worry, I'm not about to do poetry. I'm just expanding the already beautiful design of the set. Right, regular shoppers, and we know who you are. More importantly, we know who isn't. There, strict instructions, good. Well, know that I'm a fan of pissy crimes, pissy Aussie crimes. Anyone else love the embarrassment that comes with just pissy Aussie crimes? The work of pissy Aussie criminals. Just got a few of the, about 3 or 4 of this year's favourites for mine. This isn't a bad crime, it's a pissy excuse. Just a couple of weeks ago, I think you find these are mostly from the Herald Sun too, God bless him. A couple of weeks ago, a guy he'd been caught, they'd raided his property, he'd cultivated $2.2 million worth of marijuana. They then found 931 marijuana plants. They then found 68 kilos of the drug later in his house, and his argument was that it was for his own use. Now, it could well be. I wonder if we know where he lives. Flowerdale. There can't be that many people in Flowerdale. I reckon if you hung out at the general store long enough, you'd spot him. There'd be something giving him away, like all them Tim Tams he's buying. Kingston's. Is Kingston the biscuit of choice for your stoner these days, is it? I don't know. Hey, I'll tell you what, not that important. Let's move on. Here's a guy, this is your classic pissy crime. Happened just in North Melbourne a few weeks ago. Guy breaks into a North Melbourne factory on a Sunday night, steals $30,000 worth of office equipment, loads it into the truck, all set. This is the Great Australian... Yeah, what? This is a Great Australian stock food company. Sorry if there's anyone here, I know it's embarrassing for you. So he'd had the truck loaded. During the night, then he notices that in the staff refrigerator, there's a slab. So he had the equivalent of 8 cans, then went out to the truck and climbed in the cab just for a quick snooze. Which is exactly where staff found him the next morning because they heard the snoring. That was nice. That's a pissy thing. Here's another pissy one. They usually involve cars. These are all true and all just so Aussie. This is probably a world record. It's a story of a 340-kilometre, 4.5-hour car chase. Okay? 340 kilometres. That's not 340 kilometres per hour. We're not talking speed here. That is the distance. 340 k's, 4.5 hours. The chase began on Saturday. And he said... I have to tell you what day it began on. It's a long car chase. 422 kilometres north of Perth. I should have reread these before I came on. I haven't looked at them for weeks. The guy, 18 years old, he crashed into a ditch about 80 kilometres from Perth. Now, he was driving stolen four-wheel drive, reached speeds of 160 kilometres per hour, but stuck to the speed limit most of the time. Very, very pissy car chase, this. According to Sergeant Glenn Pizzullo, who knows who he is, he said that the guy slowed down as he went through towns, used his indicators to overtake vehicles. In Sergeant Patullo's words, it was a different kind of chase. I believe it's the longest we've had in WA. I've been in the police traffic area for more than 20 years, and I certainly can't recall anything longer. Ipso facto, it is the longest tool. Anyway, it goes on and on, but here's my favourite comment from Sergeant Patullo. He hadn't committed an offence serious enough to warrant shooting him. Never make it in the Victorian police force, will he? Apparently, holding any hand tool higher than this is a shootable offence in Victoria, which I believe is why tradesmen charge so much money. Last one here was, this was only a week or two. They must just get nuttier toward the end of the year. Now, you all heard about this guy, I'm sure. It was a great story. He was intercepted by police for car theft, basically. Stolen car stuff. They handcuffed him in the back of the police car. Then they left him there, and he nicked the police car. Okay? Now, he didn't, this is where the guy's got a sense of humour. He didn't just fuck off with it to make a getaway. He drove it around for a few hours, drove it out to the country, pulled people over, and warned them about stuff. And after all that, police had the nerve to ask him to come forward, please. They don't want to charge him, they just want to book him for their Christmas social club, because the master illusionist, the surprising Barry, apparently is unavailable this week. Now, tools, love them. Love pissy crimes, but I guess I already said that. Oh, you're all looking at me. Okay, I'll do something. I'm going to bring someone on now who needs this. And no introduction. You apparently can see parts of a man not dissimilar to this one in Babe 2. But, come with me, but you will now see all of him in his incarnation for your pleasure this evening. That's going well. Ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't graced this stage for a couple of years. He's a busy man. He has planets to live on. Rarely this one. Are you up for the task? Correct response. Very rare appearance, the only one this year anywhere, to the best of my knowledge. Would you please build up the noise? We want to hear, the yelling, the screaming, all of that. And welcome back to the shop, Flacco.